Hey everybody, we're live. Just wanted to say hello, check in with everybody. Haven't made a lot of videos this past year, and as you can see, sort of, have a whole bunch of tile back here. We're getting ready to tile the basement, so it's been a little bit busy, and hope everybody's really doing well. So I guess I'll wait a little bit, but I just wanted to show some cool items that I picked up in the past couple of months. Um, Collection's really growing slowly. Um, we've been doing a lot of home needs, and well, you know, what else is new for family life, right? Um, so I guess I'll start before people get here by bagging up this trove of 1991 score. I think there's 57 of them here. And I'll just put those in penny sleeves while I'm seeing if anybody is out there to jump into the stream. All right. Oh boy. So apparently the seller I got these from must have broken a bunch of Score 91 sets. And these were, he took the various stars and semi stars and stuff and I guess put them out into player lots. So it was a best offer. I think the best offer won on this one for $7 at a listed price of I think $9.99. So it wasn't awful, but for this card, which is not a more popular card, it's probably a little bit more expensive than I would have wanted to go. But I'm not going to really complain about that because any card's a good card in my collection, to be honest with you. Del, what up, man? Hey, man. Yeah, I'm doing well, Del. So where are you at, man? You're all out there. Where are you at? You in the city or something? So yeah, I'm just bagging these up. My fingers are a little cold. I was outside. It's about low 20s or so out here. The wind chill feels like it's downright teens or single digits. I don't know. Maybe that's dramatic, but it's cold out there. I like to sit out on the deck at nights, particularly in the summertime. But even if I can do it, oh, you're in Colorado Springs. All right, cool, cool. And I was sitting outside a little while before starting up this video, and it's cold. My fingers are a little bit more stiff than I'd like to do this task, but it's working. It's working. Just got to be careful. I could really bag these up fast on a normal, on a normal feel. I don't know if that makes any sense. So. All right, it's looking good. So I guess the way that these cards are all sitting inside of sets and stuff, some of them are pretty rough. A little bit of looks like paper loss, and some of them are rub marks from sitting against the other cards and banging around for 20 plus years. So we'll just take our time to bag these, and then I'll just be able to get an official number, put them into my Excel spreadsheet, and load them up. I still have a lot of cards I got to get into my collection. I've recorded the amounts. I just got to open up all the boxes and drop these all in, at which point I should be able to do my yearly collection update video review. So that should be coming, I hope, February, if I can get to it. Chuck Dupree, what up, buddy? Just chilling. How you doing? So Eloy only went for a short while last night. I was a little disappointed that I didn't spend more time in there, but weekends are weekends, right? Hope everybody's doing well out there. All right. When I was a little kid, I didn't know much about, much, but when I was going through baseball cards, predominantly the baseball cards I had were Gary and Montreal Expo uniform and a Mets uniform predominantly. So when I saw him in a Giants uniform, I thought that that was really weird as a kid. So this is kind of whenever I see Giants uniforms, it always brings me back to seeing him in the Giant uniform and being like wow. And then seeing him in a Dodgers uniform was again wow. And then seeing him in the Expos uniform in his later career, I thought that that was pretty cool. It's nice little throwback. Oh, just got off of work, time to relax. That's what it's all about, man. All right, let's see how many we got, right? Let's check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There should be 57 here. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 1, 52, 53, 54, 55. All right, so there's 55. Let me make sure I didn't miscount that. We always try to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 38, 39, 44, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 52, 53, 55. All right, so the seller said 56, and he said there might be 57, but there's 55. Again, I'm not going to complain about that. That's a nice little addition. So if I can, I'll won't pay attention to the chat for just a hot second here. Let me get over to my Excel spreadsheet. So there's 55 of those. Let's get over to the 1990s. We'll go to 91 score, which is right here. We have 146, right? All right. So let's clear it. 146 plus 55. All right, we've broken the 200 barrier on this card. Very nice. So that's 201. Save it. And they're in. All right, just as easy as that. So in my collection, I now have 201 of this variety of card. I don't think that there's any variations in this, so that's all good. What I do like to do, and if anybody collects like 1990s cards, 80s cards, particularly in the early 90s, there's some derivatives where you can see that there's sometimes not printing information on the bottom, or there's a dot for the ink, or not a dot, or where it was printed from. Sometimes there's dots missing on the USA. So I'm just going to take a quick fan through this and see if I have any weird ones. First, I'll start with the copyright information, see if it's missing from any. That's usually a proof card. First time I saw that on a scorecard was 1989 score. I realized that I had a card that did not have the copyright on it, so that was a proof. And then recently, when I got this, a couple of bigger lots where you get like 200 cards for like $10, I found another one, so I thought that was cool. It's a little bit of an oddball out there for people looking for oddballs. And if you're like me, you're looking for completion. You're looking for larger numbers of cards that are different from each other. So there's nothing missing with copyright information. Let me just look real closely, see if there's anything going on with any of the missing periods or dots, if whatever you want to call them. It doesn't look like I don't think I'm going to find anything because I don't think that there is anything here to be looking for. And I got to be honest with you, I always used to be like, oh, I could easily see those periods and dots and stuff. But I got to say, as I'm getting older, totally understand why people need those readers. I'm probably going to have to get there myself and get those readers just to make things a little bit more crisp and blown up for looking more closely. It's funny how your body ages, right? Everything gets a little bit worse. And I'm getting a little bit more thick around the middle, you know what I mean? As you get older. That's why when you see players when they're young, they have the lean bodies, and then as they get older, still working out, these athletes, but they just got thicker. You know what I mean? That's just life. All right. So I'm not finding anything that makes any different from any of the other ones that I do have, which is cool and not cool at the same time. I was kind of hoping that I'd find some weird stuff. I got this one in the mail not too long ago, maybe a couple days ago. And it's a card. I never understood the members only cards from the 1992 Stadium Club from the standpoint of that there's no numbers on the back. And, I don't know why they did that. But so this one here is the members only from 1992. But what made this one unique for me was that there's no picture printed on the front. Now, not having a picture printed on the front's a pretty common printing flaw on these cards. So I do find stuff like that fun to add to the binder, and you can see the differences between the cards. So I'm happy to have that one in the collection. And what I try to do is save up. A lot of times the sellers put in their own personal information where you can make deals with them for future reference. So save on to that. I did pick up this slide of Gary Carter. This one here, the reason why I went for it was because it looks like it's a slide. The slide looks like it was used in close proximity to the 1988, 1989 rather, Superstar stickers. And it looks like the shot that wasn't used, and it looks like it's right after the swing. So if you've ever seen the foil all-star cards of that, this one here is just probably right after the picture that was taken. I should turn that off. That'll make you jump, right? And this one looks like it was a frame or two after it was taken. So I'm going to put that with my 1989, even though it's probably an 88 picture. And that's the other cool thing, too, that you got to stop to think about. When you see cards, whatever year that they're printed, the picture is from the previous year. So part of it, for me, yeah, right? I'll make you jump. That's my ringtone, New Shoes. Can't wait. But yeah, so for me, I know this is going to sound strange, but when people like to collect, like, the year that they won the World Series, I know some people like to have, whatever year their team won the World Series, they like to have the cards from that year. I usually like to look at them from the year later. So for me, the 1987 year is more nostalgic. It means more to the 86 Mets because those are pictures from the 86 season. So for me, I really like the 87 cards. And I was thinking about it, and I was saying to myself, if I had to get team sets from the various years of the 80s, I was going through my mind, like, what sets would be the best ones per year featuring Gary Carter. And I think I settled on, I really, really, really love the 87 Fleer. But if I had to do it, I would give it to the 87 Topps, being the, I don't know, my favorite of the Mets cards of of a particular year. And if I had to go to 86 themselves, I know a lot of people really like the 86 tops, but I really like the for the Mets, I really like the Donruss version. And if I was going to go to 85, I would say the 85 Fleer Mets. I really like that look. I know Gary's in the update of the 85, but I really like that. And so I'll stay with the years that he was a Met. So 85, we said Fleer. 86, we said Donruss. 87, we said Tops. 88, I'd probably once again have to go with Donruss on that. I just think the Mets look nice and clean with the blue borders, with the blue uniforms and the grays. It works better. And 89, that's tough. Ooh, who would I give that one to? That's a good one. Probably Upper Deck. Let's go Upper Deck on that one. I really like the 89 Upper Deck Gary Carter, so I'll go with the Met set from 89. So 85, 86, 87, 88. Those would be my picks for the sets of the Mets. So I just thought I'd throw that idea out there. If anybody, had their favorite team and they said, what would be your favorite brand from what year? Now, I know in the modern collecting field, that's really limited because you only have Tops, and now Tops was recently purchased by Fanatics, so Tops isn't going anywhere. It'll just be under new ownership. So I guess that's exciting for some people. And so Tops will live on just under Fanatics. I'm kind of interested to see what direction Fanatics takes Tops in. But yeah. So hang on, Chuck. Chuck, I'll make you that. Dell, I don't know why you guys aren't already. And there you go. And we will do that. How about that? All right, very good. All right. So other things that I picked up would be, let's see, hang on. There we go. So one of the other things I really like doing with my collection, and some might look at this as not being like, collecting any authentic materials or anything like that, but I really do enjoy this. And I envision, I guess I have the long game in my mind, for someday when I have my own man cave or a room that I could dedicate to my cards and my collection. So I've found an artist who makes cool little paintings, and so I picked this one up. I thought that was pretty cool. It's different. I like it. It's unique. It's got its own style to it, and I think that's what makes art is when a person has their own style. And this is his style, so I think that this is pretty cool. I have two of this artist. Real nice guy. And I think that he started making paintings of, different players and famous people from different eras. And I think he did this as a way to get through the lockdown. And he found like a little niche. And I really like this. And I appreciate the art of it. As you can see, it's got a very texturized feel to it, globs of paint. But some people might look at that as sloppy, but I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's a really cool artistic style. So it's not sloppy at all. It's pretty artistic. So cool. So I got that one. And I got this one. This one I really, really like. Right here. How about that? So you got the 75, redo, which has the image from the 1992 O-Pee-Chee tribute card over there, the one I just showed. And then there's this one from the 78 Tops card. I think that that's really cool. Again, very texturized, and it's got the same feel. I just like the coloration of it. So I think that this is really cool and look really cool on a wall. Yeah, I know I'm big time, right? I think my channel hasn't grown by one subscriber in about 2 years. I'm not even joking about that. I'm being for real. My channel hasn't grown at all in 2 years. Oh well. um, I see my channel as an uncompromising channel. I really don't mind if it's growing or not growing. Matter of fact, I might have even lost several subscribers throughout the 2 year span. But yeah, it's an uncompromising channel. I'm not here to be a content maker. It's more of a catalog of my collection. So I'm happy that you guys are sticking with it, and we're here to have conversation with each other. So this is a pretty cool piece of art. And the reason why I chose to show these, which I haven't shown before, was because a friend of mine reached out to me and said, hey, did you see that this is up for sale in a auction house? So not eBay, but an auction house. And so if anybody's familiar with Diamond Kings, Crosby, what up, man? If anybody's familiar with Diamond Kings, you're very probably familiar with Dick Perez and Perez Steel art. So his art would then get made into like postcard sized things. And he also did the Diamond Kings for the Donruss Company. So when my friend reached out to me, he said, hey, did you see that this was, at the auction house, and it had its own catalog and everything like that? So this is the original art that will, I suppose, be made into postcards at some point from Dick Perez for his, I think he did Hall of Famers from 2000 and forward. So this is his rendition, his latest rendition of, I guess, his Gary Carter. So this is the original art on the board that he made, and this will be made into the postcards that may or may not be appearing at some point in the future. So I look forward to getting the postcard associated with this. But this is the original art by the artist himself. With this one, this is going to sound a little strange for my collection because it's not really how I collect, but this sort of thing right here, I think at some point, I'm not going to be here anymore. And my kids will inherit this weird collection of Gary Carter stuff. But this one here might actually fetch more value than, my 1991 score, 200 of them. But this one here might be something that my kids might be able to get decent money out of if they choose to sell, because it's made from a renowned artist. And this is actually, I guess, a modern master of American art. So I thought that would be a cool thing, maybe. It's the sort of thing that you see on like Pawn Stars or stuff like that, like original art. So that was really cool to add to the collection. And this is definitely a more pricey piece, but I was really happy. Can't really, you can see right here, this is him writing the name on the back. And you see his artistic signature down here. So I decided to bring out some of the art pieces to show. Let me put this back in its... I don't have a heck of a lot of protection on this, but I'm putting it inside of a drawer that doesn't have anything sitting on top of it. So that's the best I can do with it right now, until someday, maybe again when I'm retired, I can get this stuff framed and put it up on walls and stuff like that. So really happy to get that. And so we'll put that off to the side. And so the next pieces that I'd show were I was able to get the autograph version with Christmas funds that my mother-in-law had sent for a Christmas present. So I thought that was really cool. And then while I was looking into more of it, I realized that, well, with my collection, I usually count the autograph version of things as one copy and a standard version. So if I had this card signed and it was, an autograph version, and then this one was plain, I'd count them as two separate cards because one's, touched by the player and signed, and the other one isn't. So in that vein, I was watching this for probably about 2 or 3 years or so. And this is the signed version of the Sporting News Epics baseball game. This is made for the Commodore 64. So I thought that was really cool It's a seller right here in New Jersey, so it got here lightning fast. And you can see the signature right there in blue. And I just thought that that was really cool. So that was the one I really wanted to get with Christmas this year. So then I started saying, well, if I got the autograph version, is there a regular version out there? And lo and behold, there was a regular version of it right here. I just have it in this plastic bag to keep at least some protection on it, right? And inside the box, there would be the game manual and the game itself. I have no intent on playing the game, but there's the regular version of it, right? And then when I was looking for the regular version, I did notice that there was also this version, the promotional copy. Now, you're going to say to me, it's the same game as inside the other box. Yes, but the box on this one is a promotional. So it's a slightly different variation of the regular game. So I'm assuming that the promotional version was given to video game shops or hobby shops that were going to sell the game, and this would be to the electronic store that was promoting it. So this is a promotional copy. And this one found its way to me all the way from Germany. How about that? So the shipping on this was large compared to the price of it. So those are some cool things that I picked up in the past months. And again, it's been very slow in my collection to grow. I did recently show my Mark Messier additions to the collection in my last video. So I've been trying to put together little bit by little bit, a little bit more with Mark Messier. And I even joined a Facebook group about Mark Messier collectibles. And it's just really, hitting me each time, like how little I have of Mark Messier, that there are people who just are really invested, and they're basically doing what I do with Gary Carter with Mark Messier, and my collection is nowhere near what these guys are doing with Mark Messier. So I hope to maybe someday build up to some form of decent showing there, but right now I have not even close. But when it comes to Gary Carter, I would be one of those guys that people said, holy cow, you have that? Yeah, I have that. Other than that, that's really what I have to show for today. If there's anybody that has anything, interesting or fun going on, let me know. But I had a lot of fun this past year. I think I added, let's actually take a look at it, get you a real number here. 200 and change, 230 something. Let's see. I have to go to my Mark Messier tab because this is where I'm going to start creating my list of Mark Messier cards that I do have. So in 2021, I added a total of 231 new and unique items to the collection. And we're starting off the year. I think I'm at 5 for 2022 at this point. So this is usually how my years start off. It starts off like a trickle, and then I'll usually wind up getting like variations in like large bundles, and then it'll explode into like the 30s or 40s. And then, again, throughout the year, it'll be trickle, trickle, trickle. And I might find like a variation as the year goes on to something that I already own, or I'll realize I have a variation that I didn't even realize I had. I won't count that toward new because if I currently own it, I only say it's new if it's new to me. If I bought it new or got it new for the year. So I don't know why I didn't record for 2020, but apparently in 2019 I picked up 259 unique items for the collection. So we're doing all right. For some perspective, unique items, give or take 2 or 3 here and there, I should have approximately 1,162 unique items for the 1980s. So that's pretty cool. My focus in my collection has been and will continue to be anything and everything from the playing years, and then stuff that comes out in the 2000s and later, stuff like that. And I'll even throw in the 90s to that stuff because it's close enough. But I usually wait several years before picking up that year's products, simply because when they first hit eBay and stuff like that, people usually want more and more money for it, and then I just wait it out. I just wait it out, the 2 or 3 years later, and then I could say, all right, let's start looking at 2021, because then people have forgotten about it. They're talking about 2024, when we get there. So I find I can get much better deals on modern stuff, as opposed to paying for it, expensively as it's coming out. So I'm laying real low on 2021, as stuff comes out in 2022. You'll be seeing me talking about that in like 2024, 2025, as having, larger pickups, from those years. And I think that's just going to have to be the way that the collection progresses. So, um, yeah, I'm really happy with where the collection's at. I'm real happy with the whole thing. I really, 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 really want to get to the national this year, because it's Mike. What's up, man? I really want to get to the national this year. It's right here in New Jersey. Um, but if we're still in this condition where we have, Omicron or the next variant that may or may not come, I'm really hoping that we have it under control. But the difference between this and, I guess, past nationals would be that we actually have a vaccination. So, I have the two vaccinations and the booster. So maybe by then there'll be another booster or whatever. So it might make it more safe, but we'll play it by ear with the national this year. But as of right now, I'm going to be there, and I hope to find some oddball stuff like this. So I don't think I'm going to go to the national and find anything that's truly mind blowing for my collection. Um, I have a lot of the mind blowing stuff already. There's stuff on my list that I'd really love to get, but it's just real tough to find. Um, 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 but I don't think I'm going to find anything truly earth shattering at the national. I mean, there's going to be guys with stuff from 2021, by that time, 2022, 2020, 2019, with booklets and stuff like that, that they'll probably want some big coin for, that I'm probably just not gonna go for it. um I'm going to be looking more for, older stuff. And what I honestly think the national is going to turn into for me is basically seeing people in the hobby that are, fellow collectors from YouTube. I'd really like to see them, say hello, get dinner, have lunch, do something. I don't know, hang out. Um, and what I see myself doing at the show itself is really going through and finding, cheap stacks of cards, really. And I foresee myself going with, like, a couple of boxes, and seeing if I could fill up those boxes with cheap stacks of the same card, if you will, like doing a bunch of this, getting a whole bunch of like 91 score for a cheap price. So that's my vision for what the national would look like collecting for me. Um, I'm not going there. I'm not going there with the intent of seeking out Mark Messier like crazy. I'll try to do the same thing. If there's a cool card that I don't have, that's not crazy expensive, probably pick it up. But obviously, the focus is Gary Carter. Chuck says he was at the National last year, and he said it was awesome. It was amazing. So yeah, I really, I've never been to a card show before, so that would actually be my first card show. And I know a lot of people say it's overwhelming, the amount of tables and stuff like that. So I guess I would just take it where, see what you got, see what the layout of the land is. I don't know how many days I would be there, actually. I'm only guessing it would probably be like one day and 1 day, 2 nights or something like that. Or 2 days, 1 night, something like that, where I can just probably pop back up and call it a wrap. And just to say, I was there, I saw some people, I said hello, and see what's out there, see what the world has to offer. But I'm going to be honest too. I think that online auction houses like eBay and stuff like that offer an excellent way to see the lay of the land. Also, that I'm seeing stuff that I wouldn't be able to see at a local card shop. So for me, um, I don't think the national will be overwhelming because I think it's going to be a lot of seen that before type of feeling for me. That's why I find it very interesting when I see guys, who have much more diversified collections. Like I was watching Mike's videos recently, where he found like different colorations of Don Mattingly, but he also collects other people. I believe now, Mike. Maybe I'm just not up with the times, but I didn't know that you were an Eric Chavez collector, and I don't know if that's a recent development or if that's been an ongoing thing. But he's got a much more diversified collection, and I know that there's other guys who just collect anything vintage or anything modern, and yeah, it's just I guess the national will be a different feel for a person who has a much more diversified collection than myself. So um my plan is to bring some jerseys and wear the jerseys around. I have several owned jerseys of Gary Carter that I think I'm going to wear, to each day that I'm there. So I only plan on probably being there 2 days. So I'll probably pick two jerseys, a couple T-shirts, and you'll probably be able to pick me out of a crowd, the only guy walking around with a Gary Carter jersey on. So, um, yeah, I'm excited about getting out to that. I've already started planning. I don't have any rooms rented or anything like that. It's probably a dumb idea on my part, but yeah, I just gotta put it all together and see how that's all gonna happen. I guess worst case scenario, I could drive down and back each day. So it's really not the end of the world if I didn't. It's just one heck of a drive. It'd be about 2 hours down, 2 hours back each day. So I don't know if I'm up for that. But we'll see if some people are getting rooms and how to hitch on to those rooms. Um, Yeah, and I could see that, Mike, that, you liked him, so you just decided to start something new. I think that's cool, and, he's affordable, so I totally dig that. That's why I like collecting Gary Carter. I mean, I didn't know that it would he would turn into a Hall of Famer when I was a little boy, that he just was my favorite player, and, he's turned into a very affordable Hall of Famer, so I guess it's worked out on several fronts for me that he became a Hall of Famer, and that he's an affordable Hall of Famer, so Um, yeah, you know, um, I don't begrudge anybody who has favorite players of players that I don't collect or I see as cheaters and stuff like that in baseball. You can't help who you love, and you can't help who your favorite player was. So, from that standpoint, but I do know that some of the bigger name players who were found out to be cheating, their cards are quite pricey, and I would be heartbroken to find out that my favorite player was cheating the game. Um, I'm not, Mike. I'm not pointing at you, but I find it fascinating that I picked a good player to follow. Is all I'm trying to say, and yeah, I'm just real happy with where I'm at and the collection as a whole. So, oh yeah, I don't know. So, Micah, it's been in the back of my mind. Did you ever wind up getting the Nestle rookie of Don Mattingly? Is that something that you've gotten, or is that something that is still on your Hitman list for collecting the Hitman 23? So that's something I thought about. I wondered if you had gotten that, or if I missed the video on when you got it. All right, that's cool. You got it. Um, Yeah, I'm just enjoying watching people's. That's really what I like to watch, is watching people's personal collections, and I find myself going to I try to hit up all the videos of the guys that I know. It's on your Hitman list for sure. All right, there you go. Um, and you know uh, that's cool. So you'll get it. I'm sure you'll get it soon. But yeah, I really enjoy the live videos, like live auctions. Like, I hope Jimmy Guns is running a live auction tonight. Don't know how long I'll be able to stay in there, but definitely, always enjoy to go there. Eloy Fridays. Um, haven't really seen Rob do his, but oh, maybe I'm just missing it. But I enjoy those lives where you get to see people and see what they're collecting and stuff. But the videos that I find myself surfing more often than not are player collectors who do it the same that I do. There you go. You're on the road to 1,000 unique Mattingly's. Very nice. I'm more than positive that there'll be far more Don Mattingly cards than Gary Carter cards. So you've definitely got more of a task ahead of you than I would for Gary Carter, just in sheer volume and numbers. But yeah, hang on one second. Let me see if my wife's calling me. Yeah, what's up? All right, you want me to come up? Yeah, yeah. All right, then what do you want me to come up in like 10 minutes? No, just drop me straight on. All right. So yeah, I'll say about another 5 minutes or 5-10 minutes or so, and then I'll help my wife make the dinner for the fam. But on the road to find a newer truck. There you go. Well, we got a minivan about 2 years ago. I guess before the pandemic. Yeah, it was like 2.5 years ago. So that was my new car. It was new to us, but it was a used minivan. All right, Del. Well, you gotta hope it works out for you. Hope you get what you're looking for. But right now, I know car prices are a little crazy because of the slowdown in getting chips and stuff for the engines and electronics for cars. So probably be very expensive right now to get a car. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm excited. I can't tell you guys enough how excited I am when people pop a video up and it's showing the what's new to their player collection. I really enjoy that. Um, I get to see where somebody is in their collection and root for them that they're making it happen. And especially with players that in time periods that I'm more familiar with, don't really know enough about a lot of the newer young talent, but definitely more familiar with more of the popular guys and the local guys that I hear about on sports talk radio and in the news and stuff like that. But yeah, you know what? I thought about this. I think my biggest dearth of knowledge, where I just don't know enough, are players in the time frame of like 2005 through 2015. I feel like I just don't know enough about those players, and now they're all like, some of them are starting to retire, or they've already retired, and I just feel like I don't know enough about them. And I gotta say this too: a video that I just loved, that was amazing. I'm trying to think of what the name of it was on YouTube, but it was something to the effect of um, 50 amazing Ichiro plays or something like that. And I just thought that was that guy was awesome. And I know a lot of people talk about like the prettiest swings in baseball. And you can't really argue against like Ken Griffey Jr., Darryl Strawberry swings. They just look pretty. But when I look at the swing of Ichiro, I'm always just like blown away. It's the same thing every time. And the production that he would get, always is awesome. Let me see. All right, there we go. I guess that was another bot or something. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I'm excited to see other people's player collection. I think that that's fascinating stuff, and even to hear the story of why people like the player or why they are, became a fan. That stuff's interesting to me too. And again, even if you're a fan of a guy from the steroid era that was doing the steroids, I don't begrudge the person for liking the person. Like I said, you can't help that you love the person, or really rooted for the person as a kid or as a young adult or whatever. And you can't help that you like the player, but uh, even seeing those player collections, I think that that's fascinating, and watching people grow their collections, I should say, and yeah, that's the long and the short of it, guys. Again, I'll do a quick recap. John, what's up, buddy? So, John, I'm going to get off in about 5 minutes or so because I got to help my wife make dinner. But I'll do a quick recap of the things that I started the video with so you guys don't have to go back and watch anything. But I guess I'll work my way backwards. I guess that makes the most sense. So for Christmas this year, I had gotten some eBay gift cards from my mother-in-law, and I decided to finally buy this signed copy of the Epic's Commodore 64 Sporting News video game. I don't think the game is in the box. Doesn't feel like it. I didn't open it up either. But this is the autographed copy that I got from a seller here in New Jersey. And this is pretty cool. It's authenticated, I guess, by JSA. So that was pretty cool. And then, as everybody knows, that when I collect something, I try to get a signed version and an unsigned version, which led me to find the unsigned box version. And this one does have the game and instruction manual inside of it. So I found that. And then when I was searching for that, I found out that there was a promotional copy of the game. And this one came all the way from the European Union over in Germany. So I found a promotional copy, a standard copy, and a signed copy to make the trifecta of, I think I finished off finding anything I needed to find for this particular item from my collection. Being that it's on a box, it's cardboard. I'll consider it a unique item or 3 unique items for my collection because I always count the autograph version as a unique and the regular version as a unique. And now that I have a promotional copy, I'll count the promotional copy as a unique as well. So, so we're going backwards. I'll show this one. Yeah, it's nothing fancy. It's just a plastic bag. But a little bit of protection for this. So this is a Perez Steel original piece of art that'll be used to maybe turn into like postcards, if you're familiar with Perez Steel postcards. Apparently he did a collection of Hall of Famers from 2000 forward. Another one in the auction I saw was Mariano Rivera. I don't know what it sold for. I'm sure it probably sold something similar to this because I think I only saw either no bid or 1 bid on it. I can't remember for the Mariano Rivera, but you can see that it's signed by Dick Perez here. And if you're familiar with the Diamond Kings from Donruss, he's the guy who made a lot of their pictures for the Diamond Kings. So this is the original art that Dick Perez himself made. And I wanted to get this not only because it's cool, but I can frame it someday when I'm retired, maybe put it in a room or something, like I have a sports or a memorabilia room and in a house when I'm retired. But I thought that this was cool, and it could also turn into something maybe my kids might be able to get some decent money out of, whereas the rest of my collection they probably wouldn't be able to get any value out of after I'm gone. So there was that. And then we're just going backwards here. I found an artist that makes these interesting little canvas paintings, and you can see it's highly texturized with globs of paint. And again, I know that some people might look at that as sloppy, but I really look at this as his artistic style, and I think that this is super cool, and it's a very gifted artist. And I think he was trying to find something to do during the pandemic to make some extra money and do a hobby of his, which is art. So this is cool. Really enjoy the remake of the 78 Topps card. Really cool. And then the one I got before that about, I don't know, 8 months or so before that was this version, which you could see is a remake, a rethink of the 75 Topps. And then this has the image from the 1992 O-Pee-Chee tribute card. So I thought that was cool. Again, highly texturized. I just find this awesome. I think it looks beautiful. And I'd love to be able to someday, again, hang these up in an office. And going backwards, I did find a cool slide that I think is just off from the 1989 Superstar sticker card. So this wouldn't be the actual image used on the card, but this is pretty darn close. I do have the original photographic art that Topps used to make the sticker, so I'm going to put this with it. I did find the 1992 members only with a blank front. I thought that was fun to add to collection. And to round it all out, I got 55 of the 1991 score card of Gary Carter, card number 215, right? Yep. It's funny how you remember, different numbers and stuff associated with different cards, and sometimes you even conflate them where you think it's from one year or another with the number on the back, but it's pretty cool when you can remember that. Like the 1987 Topps is number 20. His All-Star card is 602. Anyway, these are things that I've picked up in the not too distant past, the past couple of months. Collection's been growing very slowly. Haven't been dumping as much money into it. But these are some fun things that I was able to add on the reasonably more affordable side, with the exception of the Dick Perez painting, which is a little bit more than I would have wanted to spend on something like that. And then the auction house bumps the price by several percentage points to make their profit, and the shipping on it was outrageous too. But that's it. So I hope everybody is doing really well, and maybe I'll see you guys at the various auctions. Hopefully Jimmy Guns is having an auction tonight, and I'll see some of you guys in there. But other than that, I hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe out there, and stay warm. I know that out here we're dipping into the low 20s with the wind chill, probably down into the teens or below. Anyway, look forward to seeing all you guys making videos, and particularly player collector videos that I really love. And yeah, same to you, John. You have a great day, and I guess that's a great way to end the video. So everybody have a great day. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.